That's what you get. You keep wishing one to fill the other one with shit. That's what you needed. It's what I gave. Listen, motherfucker, we will never be a slave. No,
let's
just
rock.
take a look inside.
All right, welcome gearheads, gear chicks, and gear kids. Thanks again for viewing our Full Throttle episode number 5.
I like that. I like that.
I came up with that.
Gear kids.
So yeah, I just want to thank everybody for the views again last week. From what I seen, it looked like great numbers again. Facebook views were up. YouTube views were up. I'm impressed every week we get about the same amount of views, and I got some good news for you guys this week.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I
think I know.
As of now, we've made $1.99 on our views on Facebook. So
I would like to thank all of you who watch. See?
yeah,
$1.99.
$1.99. You got it right up there. $1.99. We're getting somewhere, guys. I mean, Christ.
That's a soda we can share, guys.
You know, maybe by the 2 millionth episode, we'll have enough to go get some chicken sandwiches.
More lunars.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or we can start getting test vehicles and do stupid shit to them on the podcast.
Yeah, let's start
We got a
smashing.
Cadillac outside we can do stupid shit with.
Aww. Taking that back to the body shop.
So I want to welcome back Chris this week.
Hi.
Yeah. How was your trip? I got that on my list here. Let's talk about your trip to Indy for Cletus and cars.
Well, it was going good all the way until got right to before Indiana. The Illinois tollways
Beautiful.
took a toll on one of my tires.
Right. Beautiful, beautiful road system down there.
Oh
ain't
my
it?
God.
Yeah.
I never had. I was probably doing 75, and one of the tires blew out.
You're on the camper though, not on the
On the
truck.
camper.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
camper.
wow.
Little damage to the camper, I heard, huh?
Yeah, it tore off some aluminum in the fender skirt, and some of the insulation
See?
crap, and some wires are exposed now and shit.
Now look, you were trying to get your sleeves tore off, and you just tore the side skirt off the camper, so it was a win.
Hey,
you know?
something got tore off.
You should have Cletus sign the fender of the camper.
Did you find your pieces? You were live on Facebook. Your daughter went on live, and you were looking for something. What were you looking for?
I
The other
didn't-
half of the tire, or what?
No, I didn't realize I had to pin in my leveling. What are those anti-sways?
And the equalizer bars?
The equalizer bars.
Sure.
Yeah, apparently I didn't know I had to pin them, and one of them came out during that whole debacle.
Oh.
So there was a 3-foot javelin flying down the interstate. I didn't want anybody to hit it, so I went and looked for it.
God,
Well,
I mean,
that's good.
being in line and getting to see them guys, it was neat to get to see all them guys that you follow, right? And everybody
Right.
seemed really cool, really nice
yeah.
to you. Yeah.
They're all. Cletus isn't the only tall one. I mean, he's the tallest,
Well,
but
it sure
all
wasn't
them,
you.
all them guys were taller than us.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they were all. I don't know if it's the water in Florida or what, but
It could be something like that, I guess. Yeah.
yeah, it was awesome. We got to meet all the Cletus crew. Andrew was a little pissed off he didn't get to meet Weston Chaplin. I think his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kai Kelly was walking around. Nobody really knew who he was, which was crazy to me. But it's good that he can go to a show like that and just relax with his family. His wife and kids were there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. How was the show itself? The racing was good.
Oh my gosh, the last couple laps with Greg Biffle and what the hell was that guy's name? Kevin Smith.
Smith. Yeah.
It was great.
Good. Yeah.
Kevin Smith got tires halfway through and came back through the field, and Biffle's right front had cord showing at the end, but Kevin Smith ended up getting him at the end. The fireworks show.
That's something out there, yeah. That we're just picking up like a diesel truck going by.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Really. Huh.
The fireworks show that Cletus puts on after the Crown Vic race is just amazing.
I've seen that on video. It looks like some money's going into that.
Like it puts our local town to shame. No, not our town, our county to shame,
Yeah,
really.
City of Manitowoc fireworks. You know.
Well, he makes millions. I don't think our
I don't think we
town
do.
makes that much.
I think we spend millions.
Oh, for
Right.
sure.
Not on roads though.
No.
And then I really went down for the burnouts. As you all know, I like burnouts. So,
Did you get in the pickup and start doing them?
I'm going to sell that camper with the busted up side, and I'm getting an RV so I can haul Tidy Whitey down there next year.
There you
Hell
go. Hey,
yeah.
if you play your cards right, I can make both of them happen. I'll buy the camper and you can buy Chad's RV.
Oh, no.
That would be a good idea. Yeah, I should get rid of that.
I'd borrow it.
Wait till you blow a tire on there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's a wild ride.
So the ride back, we clicked no highways on the old Apple phone and
Oh, at least you got an
added
Apple
3
phone.
hours. I thought
Oh
I'd
my
plug that
God.
because
Yeah.
I missed last week.
There you go. Good, good.
Yeah.
So did you three-wheel it on the way home, or did you put the spare on, or
I had the spare on before the lady that State Farm called got there.
for roadside service, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I was confused too.
Sorry.
I thought maybe you closed your eyes and you said like a good neighbor, and they popped up like the commercials.
It did not work, and Ludacris did not show up. That would have been cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What about them the PT Cruisers? You sent that
Oh
video on the
my
messenger
God.
page. That guy launched that thing off the ramp, and the way that nose dived into the track,
Yes.
and he almost saved it and still made the corner, and
Yeah.
then he rolled. But
Okay, if you guys want to see, follow me on TikTok. You'll be able to see it there. I got a little TikTok.
What's your
video of
handle
it.
there so people
Oh,
know?
here we go. I gotta
Right.
find that and put that in here now.
I don't even know.
Video.
TikTok.
He can look it up. He'll put it on a.
See you later services.
Oh,
Um,
thought it was Small Dick, Big Dreams.
so
That's Keith's.
Oh yeah, it's Keith. That's sorry about that.
And he knocked off mine.
So usually Cletus and Cars are one of his shows. They have a van free, and it's usually put on by Jim York from Travis Pastrana's crew, and they race vans, and they do like 8 laps, and at least one of the laps you have to hit a jump. So at the end everybody just hits it, but this guy. Okay, they had PT Cruisers instead of vans this time because they must have ran out of vans, whatever. So this dude launches his PT Cruiser with like a lap to go, and it nose delve, and he couldn't stop it in time. And there's a little entrance that goes out of the track right there. So he kind of went down into there and landed on a fence. It was insane. The crowd went wild.
I watched it about 25 times. Your TikTok there, and just to see
So
what
now
the hell
he's
he
up
was
to
going on.
$1.99 too.
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, I just keep replaying him.
That guy also had a burnout vehicle that was a boat.
I saw that on the
I
video.
did see
That was
too.
cool.
Yeah, you sent that through.
Yeah, that was the same dude. He stole the weekend.
So
The hell was his name? Speedy Cop was his name.
Speedy Cop.
Speedy Cop.
Speedy Cop. Seeing my subscription to the Freedom Factory thing canceled because we ordered it for that last race that we watched here at the shop, and I think I missed it by a day or two. But I got the whole scoop with the videos you were sending and stuff. But I'm hoping maybe next year we could do live on scene at Cletus and Cars.
Maybe we all go.
Yeah, we could all go and do our podcast.
You gotta
down
buy
there.
that RV, and then we can all go with you.
Why would I have to buy it? He already has it. He's
right.
going along.
Just ride with me. We're all gonna go. Yeah. And for most part, it looked like you guys had a great time. It was a good family trip. I appreciate you calling in and doing that live thing. That was neat. It just added a little something to our show here.
Yeah, it was fun.
I guess the other thing we could move on to is what did you guys buy in Snap-on recently off the Snap-on truck?
Oh shit. Oh.
You can buy shit on the Snap-on truck?
Well, you can buy Well, you didn't even have to buy them. You got them for free.
Oh yeah, yeah. This weekend, courtesy of another customer, he was handing out 3 packs of cock rings.
I'm glad he didn't stop at the paint shop.
Black, blue, and see-through.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
I didn't win any.
you didn't win any?
No.
No? They were probably too big.
Oh, by far.
Yeah. Well, I got some old injector O-rings that you could take.
Might still be a little heavy.
Yeah, okay.
How about the O-ring for the nozzle on the welder? That's only about that big.
That's about right, yeah. We're trying to make him last longer, not castrate him like a cow. You know?
Well, whatever. Either way.
What did you get? Did you get anything? You
I
buy
didn't
anything?
even, no, nothing.
Nobody bought anything exciting this week? No?
I don't know.
I think the one on the end might have.
What'd you buy?
I bought.
Oh, shit. Kiki watches this. I forgot about this.
Yep.
She's paying for it.
Well, she's not paying for this one. This one comes out of the check.
Yeah?
Bought a torque wrench set. Snap-on digital torque wrench set.
Okay. What's your balance on the truck now?
More than I can afford, pal.
So how much were the torque wrenches? Were they still like
I got them on sale.
269? They were about 269 like the battery charger, right?
Yeah.
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 So then your balance is like 269 because you paid off the battery pack, and then the new
The torque wrench
I
is-
just know how you are. You're very frugal. You're like on this Dave Ramsey payment plan.
Yep. Yeah.
And you make sure before you buy anything else, you always have your balance clear with Brett. And I know you've been preaching that since you started here. Trust me, Kiki, that's the way he is. He doesn't go over.
We don't have to go that far. She knows that's a lie.
We're gonna need more beer for this conversation.
But
So since you guys didn't buy anything, I guess that sets me right up for my second question. What is a cool tool that's on there that you guys got your eyes on, and kind of a wish list, that something that you feel that you need to buy or something you want to buy that you kind of been spitballing, eyeballing there and getting some numbers from Brett? Is there anything that stands out?
I'll go. I could use a impact sockets. I've just been using regular sockets.
Yeah, I know.
Romy homies for the win.
I want to mention to Brett too, because I know he tunes into this. He's got to be watching these us clowns every week. So, Chris is looking for a used toolbox, or if any of our viewers out there have a used toolbox they're looking to get rid of, he'd like something bench height, preferably with a hutch on it. If anybody's looking to get rid of anything, I know Parker had one and we missed the ball with Parker's. He got rid of it.
Mine wasn't good enough.
Yeah, you don't like that. That one's.
I'm not tall enough to see in it.
Yeah.
That's not my. You get a step stool. They got snap-on step tools if you really want one.
So Chris is looking for impact sockets. Matt, what are you eyeballing? What do you got to buy? I know you're selling a bunch of stuff here. Did you sell that plow truck yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I gotta meet the guy tonight.
Oh yeah.
So
That's good.
that'll be good. I don't really need anything right now. I got enough. The next thing I want to buy is I want to buy that programmer so that we can program the factory relearns on ECMs and stuff. But
Okay, Keith, what are you eyeballing at Harbor Freight?
I don't know. I haven't been there in a while.
What's one thing that you could look forward to getting though?
I can fill in a blank on a lot of things for him.
I need an oil filter wrench.
When are we gonna get to the point where I can lock my toolbox and it stays locked and you don't have to steal my stuff or borrow my stuff?
Shortly
again?
thereafter, mine is that way.
Okay. It's all right. We're a community around here.
I'd say that might take a while
Yeah.
if you're trying to do that.
No.
Yeah, he's gonna have to get another toolbox at that point.
Oh,
That
yeah.
little orange thing ain't doing
Yeah,
it.
I was
Oh,
just giving
no.
you shit.
The
you know?
wheels are gonna fall off.
Mine's not expensive by any means, but I saw it on TikTok and
Oh,
I keep
Jesus.
shut up. And Brett says he probably won't see it for another month or two. Is the switchblade trim piece remover?
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
It's like
yeah.
$80.
Yeah.
Totally useless. No
It's not
need.
though for what you do.
I do a lot of ripping out trim for wiring and stuff,
Right.
but
That'll
I
be-
feel like it's a little goofy. I have a trim tool, but it's just the knick-knack, I think.
Oh, sure.
What about you? What do you want to buy
Yeah.
next?
I haven't bought anything in a while, but
Well, pitter patter.
yeah, I mean, off the top of my hand, I bought a mag drill for the
Yeah.
other
Oh,
shop.
yeah.
I'm on a big TikTok shop
Yeah, we just showed up today.
gig here, and I've been running the Beaver train, so we got a really nice mag drill for drilling holes in frame rails and different things, and
That thing worked great.
it worked great. It came with bits, and I highly recommend if anybody's on TikTok, check out. I mean, they're like $210 shipped to you. I stuck it on our welding table over here, our big welding table, and I can't budge it to get it to break loose. I mean, some of them ones, I had an older Milwaukee one back in the day. I was able to set the magnet, and I was able to twist on it, and I could get it to come off of the plate. This one, it sticks. I mean, it sticks like a motherfucker. I mean, it's stuck, so
It's got a safety strap to help hold it on the stuff.
yeah.
That was nice because then I could, if I didn't hit my mark, I could just pop it a little bit and kind of
Move it a
move it
little
and turn the magnet back on.
See, that's what I like opening tools, but I also like using them first. But in this case, Chris got to break it in, So, and then today I got a tire groover for grooving race car tires. I finally broke down, and again, Weaver's running a ad on TikTok shop, and it sucked me in because I knew I needed one, and that was like $180, $186 or something. They're running some specials where you can get some percentages off, but I just tried that out too before the podcast, and I mean, it carves up some tires. They'll be like fucking Thanksgiving turkeys. I'll be carving the shit out of everything, So if anybody needs any tires, grooves, siped, I mean, I'll put smiley faces in them, whatever you want, Yeah.
That'll be like the penis sandals that you can wear at the beach. These little penises.
Yeah, like penises all in the dirt. We want the guy to come back and pack track that got the penis tires. So moving on again, I got another
Well, why don't you talk about you talking about race cars? You might as well talk about the rest of the race cars.
motherfucker. I write the script here. Follow my shit. Okay?
I'll wait over here.
You tried to jump around last week and announce the winner before we even talked about
Hey,
the winner,
you
and it was
told
on the
me
bottom of
to.
the list here. So
Well,
come on.
well, I'll just wait here.
All right.
Yeah, keep talking like that, and Chad's gonna bend you over the table and.
We didn't last week.
No, we didn't last week.
Oh,
We let her
yeah.
in there. No, yeah, there was no hair pulling or nothing. It was
Was that
consensual.
gangbang last week?
Yeah.
Yeah,
With the iPhone and the turbos.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So me and Keith
See what
are a little
happens
rough
when I
around
go
the
on
edges.
vacation?
Oh no.
I want to pick your guys' brain here a little bit. Gas or a diesel pickup truck? What are you gonna go with if you got a truck? And don't specifically go to the direction of diesel because I'm gonna pull a trailer. I just wanted to pick your guys' brains a little bit. We had some people that chimed in on our Keith put out an interactive post again. We're looking for some subjects to discuss here, and somebody said gas and diesel trucks. What are you gonna do? Gas or diesel, Matt? We're working this way, I guess.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm gonna go with gas. To be honest, I had both diesels and gas pull trailers. I pulled a 34-foot camper with gas and diesel. If I were to buy a new truck, it would be gas, just because the cost of the emission stuff and maintaining it is astronomical
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. I noticed how filters jumped up, and
Right now I own a diesel pickup truck, but it's not emissions. I don't want to say emissions compliant because it's so old it didn't have emissions back then, but that's the only way I would go with a diesel anymore. The new stuff is getting to be very, very expensive. You're talking $4,500 to get this after treatment stuff fixed if anything goes wrong. And plus that is another $15,000 option to add the diesel onto a new truck. So I would go with a gas.
I guess I wasn't specifically like new. If you're buying a brand new one, I mean, if you're gonna go out and get a truck, what do you?
I
Gas
would
or
love to
diesel?
have my mega cab back.
Yeah,
That was a non-emissions compliant 6.7. But
You don't have to keep saying that.
well, it's a nice way to say it was deleted and tuned and
That's becoming legal again.
yeah.
Well, we in Manitowoc County, it's okay to not be emissions.
It was
Correct.
pretty. It's pretty fun to drive that truck.
Keith, what are you doing? Just keep moving down the line. You ain't gotta wait for me to call on you. You ain't gotta,
He's going to
you're
350.
done with college. You ain't gotta raise your hand anymore. I don't need to call.
350 TBI with a supercharger.
That's weird. I know where one is.
Yeah.
Damn it, we're missing something this week.
Yeah, our garbage can ain't there.
Where's my hoop?
Just pretend.
Come on. No, I'm 3 for 3 or something here.
I'm 0 for 3. Extra points if you hit him.
Oh, now you're gonna go farther away than any other week, huh? You're gonna challenge me? Yeah. Are you gonna be a backboard?
Smack him in the face. with it.
Kobe!
Oh, you still hit him.
Still hit him.
He's down.
Get your ass back over here, Justin. Thanks for being my backboard.
Why'd your work shirt smell like beer?
They're not supposed to.
Kiki knows I drink a beer every day.
Yeah, fine tasting Red Line Amber, by the way,
Yes.
from Petsco.
It's going
Brewing.
down so smoothly today.
Yeah, they're nice and cold every
We
Friday.
ought to get Paul in here.
I think we could get him in here. Come talk about maybe one episode. We'll just talk about beer,
Okay.
And music.
beer and music. Yeah.
Yeah. Petsco down there does that metal night. That's fun.
Yep.
Let's get back to this gas diesel thing, Keith. What are you gonna do if you're gonna buy a truck? Not necessarily a new one, just your preference. Why gas or why diesel?
I mean, I like both sides of the world, but my preference would be gas because I know how to work on them better. I don't know too much about working on a diesel engine, so probably gas.
Gas.
And I mean, I own a gas pickup already. So.
Yeah. I mean, with the gas trucks, you're not putting DEF in, and you got the extra
Yeah.
expense of that.
Yep.
And I don't feel the gas ones are as, like Matt said, as emissions regulated as the diesel trucks are.
I wanted a diesel when we were shopping for a truck a couple of years ago, but it was an extra 10 grand for a used one. And that sealed it because I'm going to hit on what Matt said about just the maintenance and shit. Like, you got to add all that extra crap. And I'm lazy.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm getting old. I'm getting lazier every day. And I don't know.
I mean, riding in your Chevy last night, which I got to mention, we went on a hell of an excursion last night.
You guys did get back for a while.
We just figured we'd leave at 6:30 at night and we'd take a little cruise, a little scenic ride up to Mercer, Wisconsin, almost to the UP. Chris sold his enclosed trailer.
Yeah.
And of course, we got to stop for some little dinner on the way up. So we roll in this guy's yard in Mercer around 10 to 11 at night and shot the shit with him. He had some nice motorcycles we checked out. He's sold his place up there and he's moving down to Florida, and that's why he bought Chris's trailer. And then we figured we'd just take a nice little scenic ride home and check out some deer. And then 3:30 this morning, we rolled back in the Valdez. It was a nice excursion, you know.
Don't forget the quick trip stop for Grape Lunars.
Yeah, we I mean we've
Sponsor
talked
us.
about this all the time, and I mean if Lunar's watching for some reason, we don't know where you're made, we don't know who makes you. We are big fans of the root
Hell
beer
yeah.
Lunars, and
And-
now
How's the grape?
tastes like grape Tootsie Pop to me.
Yes.
What the hell?
It tastes like a Tootsie Pop.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
Lunar is made in Minnesota.
really. Well, we might get out that direction, you know.
According to the old Google search here, it's made in Minnesota.
I know there's a bunch of other flavors, but we just happened to we stopped in Minocqua at the Quick
You
Trip,
should
and
have stopped at the popcorn place.
Everything was closed.
2
when we
o'clock
got
in the
to
morning.
it.
It's probably not.
I don't think they were popping corn at 2 a.m. You know what I'm saying? The only thing-
That's what you call
the
it.
only thing popping in Minocqua at 2 a.m. is the meth heads and all that stuff.
That's why
The
they
ambulance was out.
Yeah, the ambulance was picking them up fresh last night. They were recharging and refueling. But I know they make a bunch of different flavors, and we stumbled upon this grape one. And I would say that the grape is just as delicious as that root beer. And I wouldn't mind trying maybe a grape float.
Ooh.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. So
I want to try the orange creamsicle one that they got.
yeah, I like them orange
Ooh.
dreamsicles and stuff. And I mean, Chris is sipping on a root beer here, and I cracked open a grape. They're a fantastic drink. I'm impressed. So it's a little nice alternative to beer.
I'll stick to beer.
Yeah. Well, you already went on a trip one time. That's a whole episode. That is a whole episode, and then Justin will have to turn on that space effect. You know.
That's enough.
There, yeah. That's what I sounded like at that party, Matt, when you were just out in.
Yeah.
You were out in the roller stuff.
That's all right. That's enough.
You had on your astronaut boots that night.
No,
You were on a trip and you didn't even know where you were going.
I knew where I was. I didn't know where I was going, but I was not the astronaut of the night.
No?
That was Keith.
Oh, Keith was the astronaut that night. That's right, Buzz Lightyear.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll talk about that at a different program.
Wear a NASA jacket and you're a fucking astronaut.
I mean, it makes sense to me.
Yeah. So I guess I do a lot of pulling. I haul a lot of stuff. I move a lot of stuff. I'm always hooking up trailers. My last, Christ, I got to go back to like 90. I'm gonna say early 2000s. I had a 99 GMC crew cab dually, and that was a big block fuel injected gas truck. And from there I went to a Duramax, and then from the Duramax I went to the 6.7 Cummins, and now I got another 6.7 Cummins, and then I got another 6.7 Cummins. I like them trucks. I like the Dodges. I like how they pull. I like the dualies. It feels like you got some wider hips. Everybody likes wide hips.
Oh,
and
here we
you
go.
got a little extra stability there when you're pulling a trailer.
Some
I
things
mean, I
never
pull my
change.
28-foot enclosed, and I don't feel it back there with a race car in it. I mean, it just pulls. One of the things that I always, back in the early days, when you pull something, I mean, you'd have a 350 or underpowered motor, and you're pulling a hill with a trailer on, and that thing would kick down. It would rev up to the moon. You'd get 3/4 of the way up to the hill. It would say, okay, I'm going to grab another gear and shift up. And then all of a sudden it would say, oh shit, we're not to the top of the hill yet. And then it would kick down again. Wah! You know, that drove me nuts. So, but everything, like with riding with Chris last night, and of course his trailer was empty, but it's a whole different ball game now with the injection and the horsepower. But that's one of the things that comes to mind with me was back in the older days, you'd be riding with your old man and you pulling a trailer, and that thing would kick down, and it would think it would get to the top of the hill, and you weren't to the top of the hill yet, and she'd fucking kick down again, you know, and it would just be screaming, and then you'd finally make the crest of the hill. And but I'm just a diesel guy. I don't know if I'd go back the other way. I don't know if I'd go with anything newer because of what we talked about, the cost to maintain them, the emissions, the DEF stuff. So I guess I'm on this 2012, 2011, 2010 train, you know what I mean? Or find somebody else that in some other state deleted it at some other shop, and then it's not, it came like that.
Yeah.
In case, you know I'm getting
Why do you
at.
keep looking at me?
I don't know. You're the tuner guy.
You're the next. You're the next one up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Go ahead, Justin.
don't know, because you said don't choose diesel because of towing, being the only reason.
Yeah.
Which would be a big reason even for me.
What
But
do you tow?
Well,
Your
I
fat
got-
ass around.
One time I needed a ride.
I guess he's talking more so. It's a loaded question. So Justin's thinking like if you ever wanted to get into
Oh, yeah.
racing or ever you wanted to get in horse pulling and you were going to show horses or you were going to maybe he would get a big trailer and he would haul chickens around because he was going to go to the county fair and show off
Big
his
fan of
chickens.
the Coxie.
God
Yeah,
damn it.
yeah.
I knew that was
Yeah,
coming up.
that's where I was going. He would start with chickens and then he was going to get some roosters.
Chicken fucker.
And you know, he is kind of an outlaw, so he might get into like cockfighting where he's got him in a ring, and you know,
Cockfucker.
we could all put that on him. Hey, sorry I interrupted you. Get back to your gas diesel truck preference.
So I mean, if I wanted to start pulling or anything, because I did look into like transport, but like it's like that Uber Eats, but for moving cargo stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Now I'm hungry.
Surprise.
Matt.
But I've always
Me too.
wanted a turbo 5.3, turbo Tahoe, turbo Silverado. I've always wanted a gas turbo something.
Yeah.
I've seen people build them. I watched a guy on YouTube, Taylor Ray, does all of his own fabrication. Has a ugly, well, it just got painted, but it was an ugly green single cab work truck, and he just slapped on a turbo, and that thing it's a riot. So
Yeah, yeah.
I've always wanted one. Hopefully, if life goes as I hope it does, the Tahoe will be turboed. That'd
Sure.
be something really cool.
Sure. And you got the knowledge to do it. I mean, once you get it dialed in, you're on HP tuners, you'll get her tuned up.
Oh yeah. Well, I would put a Holly in there.
So let's start right here and come right on back. Oval track racing, road racing, or drag racing. Preference, thoughts, and I guess put them in order of if you were going with some friends, where would you go first? Where would you go second? Where would you go third?
So if you're saying road racing,
Road America.
Road America.
oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Turning both ways.
legal racing.
Yeah.
Okay. So my first choice would be illegal racing.
Illegal drag racing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Street race.
Illegal street.
Street outlaw.
Safely.
You would want to be a street outlaw type, is what you're saying.
Yeah, not saying I've ever done it, but I know other people have done it. It's a weird aura. It's just a good time with all your friends. But then my first would be drag racing. That's kind of just what my whole life's been around. All my friends, who's faster than who, you know. None of my friends can turn, so
Yeah.
that would be my first one. Second one is oval racing,
Oval
only
track.
because of you guys.
Yep.
Honestly,
Oh, thank you.
before I met you guys, it would probably have been road racing because I did have a Miata,
Yeah.
and Miatas are just a blast no matter where you throw them.
Yep.
But
Garbage.
after
Don't hold back, Chris. That's what this show is about. Don't hold back.
all right, bitch.
We're not going cancel culture shit here. We're just gonna say it how it is, right?
Why is it garbage? Maybe gay, not garbage.
Same thing.
It has one of the best 50-50 biases
He's on like 7 of them, so he's gonna be on
for
that
road
when you say
racing.
that.
They
I'm
have-
a dirt racer. You want more weight in the rear.
Oh, see, no, biased. That's okay. Well,
You're being biased.
I love everything.
Oh my.
Care-
I'll whip
careful.
everything.
Last week he was stuck on this turbo thing, and he started to spool up. He got so nervous. His leg was going 100 miles an hour, and it looked like he was spooling up over here. I thought he was going to blow off. I thought the blow-off valve was going to open.
He was doing that before the show started.
Oh, okay.
And then my last one would be road racing.
Road racing. Yeah, yeah. So for me, I'm going to the oval track, and I'm going to a dirt track. That's where I'm going first. I'm going to watch late models.
Fuck yeah.
I'm going to watch stock
On
cars
Wednesday.
would probably be my favorite after the late models, and then mods and sport mods and street stocks. That's where I'm going, and then I'm going to go to the drag strip with my Monte Carlo and my buddies, and we're going to go run some Friday night street drags. We're going to go fuck around and have fun, and then I'll go hang out at Road America and walk around and check some stuff out. But the thing with the road racing thing is, you can only see 1 or 2 corners in a straightaway, and I get that people really get into that, and that's their favorite. But for me personally, I would say that would be last on my list. What about you, Chris?
He likes
I
those
would-
left turns.
I'd probably go in the same order you did.
Yeah.
It's for the exact same reasons. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said in a previous podcast, I grew up watching dirt track racing, and Dirt late models. Well,
Yeah.
they were limited late models back then, but or no, what were they at Eastern?
Oh,
Sportsmen.
yeah,
Sportsmen.
sportsmen's.
Sportsmen's
Yeah.
were the ones that I wanted to be, and that was like a late model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keith, what are you doing?
I would have to agree with you two, to be honest. I grew up around dirt track
Surprise.
racing,
Yeah.
oval track racing,
Yeah,
and then drag racing recently with the Monte Carlo.
sure.
Street drags going on tonight, sadly, but
What are you gonna do?
I'm going.
yeah,
They
you
take the
fucker, I
caddy?
gotta go to a Mother's Day dinner.
No, I can't.
Hey, it's
I
for
was
your
going.
grandma. and you love your grandma. There would be nothing else you would rather do than go to dinner with grandma, and then if we have time, we'll go check out the street drags and just it.
Are you
Let me know.
taking a caddy?
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
You are tonight?
No, tonight he's gonna go take pictures, load them in the spank bank.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So you want me to take the caddy?
God, no.
Oh, okay.
You drive a Passat or
No.
a Jetta.
Let
Jetta.
I don't
Jetta.
trust that. Phew.
you should put Johnny in the caddy. He's lighter.
You know, Johnny wants me to drive his car Wednesday
Oh, really? Yeah.
They're doing a trade.
in trade of driving the
Oh,
Cadillac.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah.
Oh, get ready to fix both of them.
Yeah. Matt, what do you got? Oval track, road racing, drag racing, order? Why? What do you think?
Drag racing's first, 'cause that's how I was raised.
Mm-hmm.
My family went down to Joliet for years. Brainerd, Indy. I want to get to Vegas, but time will tell.
Want to go to Vegas, huh?
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
track down there is pretty cool.
You gonna hit up the Bunny Ranch then too? While you're there?
Not today.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
maybe tomorrow. But then I would go to Oval Track, and then my backyard where I was growing up was Road America, so I've been there a couple of times, more than a couple of times. If the wind's going the right way, we can hear at where I grew up at home. So
Right.
that was always fun to go over there.
You could probably also hear Plymouth from your house then.
No, Plymouth we could not
No?
hear. No,
Even if the
Wow.
wind was blowing right?
no, I
Yeah.
could not hear Plymouth.
We could at the campground right across the street.
Well, no shit.
Not across the tree.
Not from Plymouth.
Yeah.
He's saying if he was at
Psych.
Plymouth Rock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not fun. You're. I'm much closer to Road America.
So
than
you're
I
going
was.
drag racing, then you're going oval track, and then you're going to Road
Yeah.
America.
I
Okay.
would do oval track, dirt, then oval track, asphalt.
Asphalt, yeah, me too. I mean,
It's
you're not
fun to
like-
watch the trucks on the asphalt. It really is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on here?
I don't know what they got going on. Bring it on back for me.
Okay.
Car air fresheners. What's your favorite brand and what's your favorite smell in your car?
I don't know who makes it. The little Christmas tree guy has a bourbon scent that I like.
Oh, the Real Trees.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, Real Trees. You like
Yeah,
them?
I like. Yeah, that
Okay.
bourbon one smells pretty good.
Okay.
Otherwise, everybody else goes with that new car scent.
New car scent.
It's the only new car scent they can afford.
So I'm gonna skip Keith and I'm gonna come down here to Justin because I'm gonna set it up the right way. What do you got? Just answer the question.
You can do okay.
Concentrate.
Okay.
You can do whatever
I
you
can do it.
want.
I got the script right here. Remember?
Oh, I see what you're doing.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm muting
yeah,
him. I'm muting him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kobe.
The little tree. I mean, I'm broke, so it's usually just little trees for me. But it would be Bayside Breeze or Black Ice.
Bayside Breeze. That sounds feminine.
Yeah.
Never heard of that shit.
I never heard of it either.
All you heard of is burning oil and rubber. Shut up.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Burning oil part.
It means it's got oil.
Where do you get the Bayside Breeze? Do you get that at like Gordonman's or do you get that at like
Just Meyer.
Victoria's Secrets or
Okay.
something?
Just Meyer.
Okay, mine.
AutoZone.
I'll check
O'Reilly's.
that out. I'll take your word for it.
I have a 6-pack in my car if you want one.
Hey, that'd make the Jetta smell better than what it does.
Anything would. Just roll down the windows.
So I when I was trucking, I used to have it was Yankee Candle Company made it,
Oh.
and they still have them out now. And the scent was Midsummer's Night. It had a so Midsummer's Night. It has like a cologne type smell, and I feel like
Oh,
I feel like when the girls got in there, the panties would just fall off. You know, I mean,
LD toilet.
no lot lizards though when we were trucking.
Kobe.
Kobe, that's the first one you made, and you were on the basketball team. I'm impressed. You know,
Sorry, you
So
have
yeah,
to
I'm
call me
Yankee.
out.
I'm the Yankee Candle Company. I'm getting it in a liquid form. I'm getting it in a gel form.
They got a Macintosh apple that smells pretty
That's
good.
true too. Now you're making me hungry for apple pie and ice cream.
Ooh,
Oops, sorry.
that'd be a good flavored lunar.
Lunar.
They got a
Apple
Mountain
pie?
Dew, they got a
Apple
Mountain
pie.
Dew flavored lunar.
No shit.
Chris, what do you got? What's your air freshener?
Ever since high school when I got my first car, I always had strawberry and vanilla. I would
And mine's
put one of
peppermint.
each in there.
What the fuck? Why am I being made fun of?
We didn't get that-
Strawberry vanilla.
We didn't get a chance.
What was
yet.
the name of yours?
Bayside Breeze.
Sounds queer.
So I want to go hang out at the beach and not have strawberry vanilla.
Bayside Breeze.
I think that's my
sounds like-
girlfriend's
I'm
lotion.
I'm fat. I got.
Why do you have
food flavors.
strawberries then? It's not for fat people. You mean donut vanilla?
If you eat a fucking whole shit ton of them, you'll get fat.
God, fucking hate it here.
Oh,
In the truck though, I have black ice.
enough with the food, Matt.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I'm
tender.
not getting hungry over here. Keith, what's your air freshener of choice?
I would have to say this with Bam.
Oh,
Air
Oh,
freshener.
that's what
Summer
I'm
night.
doing.
Here we go. we got Keith's cleaning corner, and this is his spotlight
so
this
that's
week.
probably close to
He's gonna-
Bayside Breeze or whatever.
Yeah.
You got him, not me. Friendly fire.
I'm out of that back end.
Let me smell it.
Lunar out of here.
Block your beer.
Matt, you smell. You need this.
We gotta separate them too.
Oh, hey. I will say that smells fantastic.
It does.
I think I'm gonna have to buy me a bottle of that. Where do you get that?
No,
Off
Vetting
the shelf.
Customs.
Vetting Customs.
Yeah, Vetting Customs.
Yeah, we stock it right on our shelf here. How
Yeah.
much is that product?
$9.99.
I don't know. I just tell Kim that I
I-
take it off the
yeah.
shelf and she takes it out of inventory.
But I think it's about $10 if our customers
Yep.
wanted to stop in. And that
Dang.
smells good. You smell great.
Where else do we have it?
I think Laura's gonna jump all over you
TikTok?
when you walk in the door.
No,
Yeah,
no,
TikTok shop?
no,
Nope, we do not have a TikTok
Hopefully
shop.
in store soon.
in
Yes,
store?
Yes.
We
Yeah,
got.
I mean, like
we can get it on
TikTok.
the eBay,
Hopefully soon.
We have it on eBay?
Amazon.
Amazon,
Website
Our
Yep.
website, vettingcustoms.com.
right here.
beer.
Yep.
Make sure to put that in.
I did last time. Did you see how I did it?
Yeah.
God, it
You mocked
smells
me if I put it over.
shit.
No, it doesn't. It smells
God
fantastic.
damn it,
Matt.
I
Matt.
feel like I pissed myself.
I know. There's a lot on here though.
What are you doing? You're ruining our promotion.
Right. Smell like shit.
Yeah, we're trying to sell products here. It don't smell like shit. It's
No, it smells good, but I'm covered in
I
it.
know,
I'm
but
pissed off,
it's-
so it smells like shit.
So it's yeah. You can use a little too much. Don't use it as a fragrance for your body.
Justin, you okay?
No.
How about it's the shit, huh?
I'm crying.
Good save.
Fuck.
So let's talk a little bit more about race cars.
Yeah.
Now we're going to bring in the Vetting Custom sponsored cars. I always started off. We got a list of drivers that we sponsor. Want to talk about them every week, how they did, where they ran. We'll start it off. Brett Wenzel in his stock car was at Shawano. He had a 4th place heat race finish, and then from what I'm reading online, he had a little mishap with his front fender and his right front tire, and I guess the front fender won, and the right front tire didn't win, so he didn't finish the feature. I guess he popped the right front tire.
That's a thing.
Yeah, it might rub.
You've never popped a tire before?
I didn't know that would cause you not to win.
You
gotta have
it's,
air
it's a
in it.
lot easier to go around the track with 4 tires instead of 3.
Yeah,
Once you hang that left front up in there.
yeah. Left front, you could
Lightning
probably run
McQueen
the whole
won.
race with a flat one. So Eric Malik also ran his stock car. He was at 141 this past weekend. I know Luxembourg was trying to open up. They got rained out on Friday. He went to 141. He was 8th in his heat race. B main, he finished 4th, which was one transfer spot out of making the feature. So he didn't run the feature last week. He missed it by 1 spot. Ryan Pafford in sport mod. Plymouth was rained out. They canceled. Justin Green was out at Mississippi Thunder. He doesn't really post any results on his page for this event. So from what I'm reading, he said his heat race went good. The B main, he didn't make the show. And day 2, he said he really made some strides ahead on setup on the car. I want to mention that he ran with the World Outlaw guys. I mean, they race professionally. They race for a living. They got the best of the best stuff.
all
and
over the country too.
Justin's out here building his own cars and setting his own stuff up, and he's hanging with these guys and doing very well. So I just wanted to bring that up. Josh McDonald with a street stock. He also didn't race. He's waiting for Seymour, and I believe he is going to race his car this week at Seymour. Myself and John, I got my car down off the hoist finally. I got it scaled. Brett Wenzel came over here and gave me some tips and some numbers to shoot for. Johnny's car, as people have seen, is painted. The body shop did a fantastic job painting it. We did all hand-painted stripes. It's an orange and silver color, and Chris worked on vinyl this week, and I hear that we're going to have Danny Crystal print us off some vinyl here locally, and we'll get that lettered up, and we're planning on maybe going out this week to practice at Gravity or practice at 141 and shaking the cars down. Gavin Dyer, a youngster that we sponsor, he ran his go-kart. I couldn't make out where, but it looked like he placed first Saturday and also first on Sunday. So he had a hell of a showing in his kart out there and held off some stiff competition.
I think that was 2 divisions, right?
It was 2 divisions, and it's not his home track.
No, it didn't look like Road America to me, but he is. I mean, Joe is putting some real good time in here with Gavin, and they're sending him to some different schools and some different seminars where he can drive and practice, and they're coaching him, and it's showing off. He's doing a hell of a job.
He's extremely comfortable behind the wheel of that cart.
Yep. Pat Holschbach, there is no polling yet that I have seen, but he was here this week, and he picked up a really set of high polished wheels that we polished up for him. The guys sanded them. John Vetting cut them, polished them. They turned out good. Pat was very happy. I can't wait to see what they look like on his truck. So winding down here, as I'm looking at the time, and we like to keep it in a certain amount of time, I just want to mention to everybody that the 29th of this month is our next Full Throttle number 2. Get your cars out of the shed. The weather's looking fantastic. The weather's been great. So I hope from last month's to this month's, people got the cars out. They got insurance back on them. They got them cleaned up. They got them dialed in. And get everybody here. Let's fill the field. Let's have a parking problem again where we're trying to figure out where to park people, and let's make it another big event. You guys got anything in closing before we head out?
Yes, keep commenting on what you guys topics that we can talk about. It helps us. It helps Chad out a lot.
It
too,
does, yeah. Writing the script.
Yeah, writing down the stuff and getting it done ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the feedback we got on the interactive post was awesome.
It was great. Yeah, just keep commenting. I know I got some more already for next week laid out. We're going to work here real close on bringing in some guests to talk. We kind of wanted to get our situation dialed in and make sure all of our equipment works right. We wanted to get a feel and get loose. And I feel like every week they're getting a little better. And we'll get some people here to check them out again and get some guests in to talk about their products, their businesses, their shops. But like the guy said, comment on our Facebook posts.
Comment on this post. You can comment on this, right?
Comment on when we share the videos. Yep. Keep watching them on YouTube.
Share them.
Subscribe. Like, subscribe. Comment.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, it all helps. I mean, we have fun doing this. We're not doing it for the views. We're not doing it for
the $1.99.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
This episode's brought to you by Lunars.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that sound good?
Amber.
All right. I mean, that was a hell of a show. Let's keep it rolling, and everybody have a good weekend.
Yo.
Hell yeah.
Good.
Brother.
I got to piss.
Me too.
That's what you get. You keep wishing one to fill the other one with shit. That's what you needed. That's what I gave.